Pauline Kneissler was a nurse who participated in the Nazi T4 pseudo-euthanasia campaign of murdering the life the National Socialists considered not worthy of life. She took orders directly from the doctors who decided who would live and who would die. She was responsible for killing hundreds of people directly and assisting in the murder of thousands.
Pauline Kneissler was arrested shortly after the end of the war in June 1945 at her new place of work, the Hohenschwangau Hospital. On the 28th of January 1948, the district court in Frankfurt am Main sentenced her to 4 years in prison for aiding and abetting murder in the National Socialist killing centres at Hadamar and Grafeneck, as well as Kaufbeuren, and finally from April 1944 in Eertzee. The jury justified the low sentence with the fact that what counts in the first place is not the deeds themselves, but the criminal will. Because Kneissler subordinated her own will to the criminal will of others, she was only to be condemned as an assistant. On the 20th of October 1948, the higher regional court in Frankfurt convicted her of murder and aiding and abetting, saying that the activity of the accused was no longer mere assistance, but an act of perpetration. From September 1942 to May 1943 in Hadamar, and from April 1944 to early 1945 in Eertzee, Kneissler also gave the sick deadly pills and injections on the doctor's orders. In all of these cases, the accused themselves should have been convicted of murder instead of being an accessory, as explained above. The fact that they are not doctors but nursing staff does not justify any difference. However, the Code of Criminal Procedure does not permit higher penalties than the prison sentences imposed by the Criminal Division and the jury. Sister Pauline, who by her own admission had hosed off, to use her words, thousands of disabled people for 5 years in Grafeneck, Hadamar and Kaufbeuren, Eertzee, still felt unjustly persecuted and commented on the verdict, "My life was one of devotion and self-sacrifice. I was never hard on people. For that I have to suffer and suffer today." The court, of course, knew nothing of the murder of the wounded soldiers. Pauline Kneissler served 1 year of her 4-year sentence.
If you'd like to see a longer video on the life and crimes of Pauline Kneissler and the murder of wounded German soldiers on the Eastern Front, then you may wish to click on the link for a more detailed biography of her, which I prepared. I've also done various videos on the T4 murder campaign, which might be of interest. Links can be found below.